is going on, everybody? I want to talk to you about a new rattle can I tested out and am pretty happy with the results. If you look here, you saw in the thumbnail, check out my Instagram at sleepwalkair_brush. You can check out some high detailed photos of this guy. The link in the description, of course. This is a Barbarian from Massive Darkness that I happened to speed paint very, very quickly using a brand new rattle can. And I'm going to show you it right now. First, you hear that? Boom! Rust-Oleum Ultra Matte. Now, if you know from some of my other videos, Rust-Oleum is the go-to primer, the 2X Ultra Cover primer for miniature painting, in my opinion. If you want a rattle can prime your models for a discounted price, maybe it's not quite of a fine or as fine of a spray as like a Games Workshop or an Army Painter, maybe a Tamiya or Vallejo. I haven't tried those, but if you want to save some money, just go Rust-Oleum black or gray. And in my previous reviews and videos of this, I always, when you're buying the primer, make sure it just says primer and never, ever, ever get paint plus primer. But I was at the Walmart and I saw they have new ones. They have Ultra Matte. And I wanted to give them a test. So this model here is a Massive Darkness board game model. It's kind of that orangish plastic, if you've had any of the Cool Mini or Not Massive Darkness models. And I did not prime it. I just sprayed it with this and used contrast paint on pretty much every surface and then metallics. Then I highlighted pretty much every surface with one or in some cases two colors on, say, the skin tones. And that was basically it. Now this, after the fact, was matted down with the true king of Ultra Matte varnish, the AK Interactive Ultra Matte varnish. So he's much matter right now than you would get from this can, and I'll show you that here in 1 second. But I just want to tell you a few things about this. So despite it being paint plus primer, because it said Ultra Matte, I felt like it wouldn't be potentially as aquaphobic, where the water-based paints tend to peel and pull away from the raised surfaces and leaving, kind of weird staining and coffee staining effects. So I decided to give it a try. They actually have a few other colors. This one is a rustic pink. They had kind of a wine color, like a kind of maroon red. They had a bluish color, and there's probably some more. I bet there's a green one of some kind. There's sometimes, I don't know if it's COVID or what, but sometimes things are out of stock at the Walmart. But anyway, if you go to the Walmart or Home Depot in the US, definitely check this out. I'll have a link in the description, or actually I'll pin the top comment. Will be a link to Amazon, an affiliate link, and I could not find rustic pink on Amazon, but they did have the maroon, so I'll just link it to that one. But I think it's like $9 on Amazon, and I'm pretty sure these are only like $4 or $5 actually at the store. But I just sprayed a Massive Darkness. You can kind of see the plastic here. This one's kind of a gray plastic, but I just sprayed him with the Ultra Matte Rustic Pink. Now I did actually prime this Minotaur black first. This one I just sprayed straight onto the plastic and actually had good results painting it. I didn't feel like it peeled away, but pretty happy. So this one I just primed. He's probably a little tacky right now and not even fully dry because it's getting a little cooler out here at night. So he's going to want to cure overnight. But I kind of treated it like a zenithal prime. I didn't get too crazy on making sure I got, you can see it's dark in his armpits, a little dark under his neck there, dark under his chin and stuff. Basically just sprayed kind of front on and from above with the pink. And that way when I do the washes, he, hopefully stays darker underneath where it should be naturally more in cast shadow, especially from his pose. But I think it's going to be a real winner for models like this, a Barbarian, Fire Slayers come to mind. If you were painting a Fire Slayer army, you could crank out their flesh. This guy's flesh was just this rustic pink, boom, Rust-Oleum primer, and the Draconoth flesh tone. Hold on, let me double check that. No, it is the Fire Slayer flesh. I use the Fire Slayer flesh contrast paint and then a couple little different fleshy color highlights on the skin. The red was like Blood Angel's red and a couple lighter red highlights. And the purples and stuff were like Magos purple. The brown I think was Snakebite leather for the boots. And the little furs, I think I just hit it with like Pallid Witch flesh and maybe a little thinned down brown wash. And that's really about it. And the hair's like Averland Sunset with a little bit of light kind of white mixed in with it to try to lighten it up in a few spots. Super fast. I got it done in maybe an hour just watching a movie at my buddy's house a couple weeks ago. And then I didn't even really do a base. I just kind of stippled on some brown just to give it a little variation. So I would highly recommend something like this. If you were doing, say, like big naked man baby giants, little tiny fire slayer dwarves, barbarians, anything like a minotaur or a beast man, especially if they're a combination of kind of flesh tones and fur, like this monster here. This minotaur would be perfect. You could definitely prime like an ape like this with it if you were doing like a brown gorilla or even probably a black gorilla, and then kind of use this flesh tone pink as a kind of your base for your more fleshy areas. And I think it's going to be kind of a speedier process for a lot of people. And once again, you could do trolls, eels, Slanesh. You could probably knock out some really cool bloodletters, pink horrors, demonettes, and especially if you look at some of the other colors. You know, if you find and try some other colors, I'd love to see what you did. So definitely check this out. It's a new line, I guess, from Rust-Oleum. So if you're at the Walmart, go ahead and check it out. And you can see here, it says Ultra Matte, but by the standards of by the AK Interactive, it is not nearly as matte as AK Interactive Matte Varnish, Ultra Matte Varnish. But I just wanted to share that with you. I was pretty happy with it. I think it's going to be really great for speed painting, especially if you had like a, sorry, I'm just going to keep rattling off things. D&D monsters. We've been playing a little bit of Deep Madness, the board game. If you had one of those like Deep Madness or a Cthulhu monster type board game. I actually own the Conan the Barbarian board game. I bet this would be a nice primer paint to base coat all the Barbarian models with, and then just use different flesh washes to variations, or to, you know, make variations in skin tones. Or you could do the same wash on all the models and then use different highlight colors to make variations in skin tones. And I am very excited next time I swing by the Walmart, or I think Home Depot also sells Rust-Oleum. I'm going to pick up another one and give another color a shot. So I think the thing you want to look for here is the Ultra Matte, just so the water-based paints hopefully stick a little better. And so far in my one test model, I'm going to say thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. I was super happy with it. Very happy to find it. And because it worked so well, I'm probably going to get this Minotaur painted up too. So, you know, I'm working pretty hard on shipping out all my ghost brushes for the Kickstarter. So we are not getting as much painting done here in the Redbeard Boss house, which is just me in a crappy apartment. But it's been fun. So I was really happy to get this model done. Happy just to get some primer on some models. And if you watched the previous video, I had a really bad audio problem. Hopefully that is fixed in this one. And I want to thank you all so much for watching. Please, the algorithm loves it if you hit the thumbs up button. Or if you want to get real nasty, just smash it. Thumbs up. Or thumbs down. You know, if you didn't like the video. Go ahead and leave a comment if you're going to try this out, or you're excited to try it out, or maybe you have some other rattle cans you've had some success with painting acrylic paints over. Like I said, I do love the Rust-Oleum 2X black and gray primer that they make. I think they're wonderful. Not the Paint Plus primer like this pink is, but it seemed to work. So definitely check it out. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. And I hope you're sticking around for the next one, because we'll probably dry brush another base soon, and the audio won't be so crackin'. Thank you.